Yeah.
everywhere, and
Strawberries,
they love,
blackberries.
and those water moccasins, if you get close to those things, they'll attack you.
Yeah.
I had to jump off my bicycle one time and use it as a weapon. I was like, and he
Uh-huh.
kind of like stood back
Get
and
up and
yeah, and he like
yeah.
he hit the bike a couple times, like, Dad, get away, you know. And I'm like, I'm away,
Yeah.
leave me alone.
Yeah, we did the same thing when we would go hunt rabbit at
Yeah.
night.
Uh huh.
I mean, we wasn't afraid of no snake bite. If one of us got bit, and he got bit,
Yeah.
mud in the water on where the creek was drying up,
Uh huh.
and he fell down there. Ooh, I got a big fish down there, and he was messing around with a water moccasin.
Those things are they're mean.
We did some crazy things when I was coming up. But I lived in the country,
Uh huh.
and I tell anybody that is one of the best lives. Living in the country and on the farm,
Uh huh.
you can understand a whole lot of stuff, and you carry with you for a long time.
I loved it out there. I actually I eventually want to retire in the country.
Yeah,
I think it's just the rolling hills and the mountains,
yeah.
and I mean there's no mountains in Mississippi, but I'm just saying like
Yeah, they got the little baby hills and all
yeah.
that, depending upon where you are.
Yeah, I loved it. I had a great time when I was living in Mississippi. It's just
Yes,
a
sir. If you ever go through there, see Tougaloo College sitting on the side,
mhm
Clinton, Texas, the
mhm.
Clinton, Mississippi. It's right up there about 32 miles. But it's probably closer now because Jackson has expanded
Oh, I know.
so long.
I just drove through Mississippi on my way to Florida to visit my aunt was passing.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
You know, yeah, that's why I left for a while because the doctors had told us that she only had a few days to live.
Hmm.
So I don't like to fly. So I drove. My mom flew, and we all said our goodbyes and everything like that.
Yeah, it's strange.
And
My sister passed away last Thursday.
really,
So I was having a whole lot of stuff going on in my life at that time. And she lived
sorry
in
for your
Las
loss.
Vegas. So she lived in Las Vegas.
So you went to Vegas, huh?
No, I couldn't go because we had a birthday party for the year before,
Uh huh.
and I said my goodbyes then.
Mhm.
And the kids are calling me now. Her kids are calling me now, and want to know what I think about if they do this and do that,
Mhm.
because I'm not going to be able to go.
Mhm.
Because I knew when I was up there the last time, that summer,
Uh huh.
I knew we talked, but she had so many strokes and everything, so a lot of stuff was leaving her.
Uh huh.
And we sit down, and I told her that we probably won't see each
Mhm.
other again.
Well, you're not here,
Not
but
here,
there.
but up there,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
only God knows that.
Mhm. That's right.
You know.
And you'll see, and I believe in God, and I believe in
Oh,
heaven, and
oh
that
yeah.
kind of thing, and I believe that I'll see my dad again, I'll see my aunt again,
You
and
can
you
see
know,
everybody.
I'll see everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, but I don't. I try not to mix God with my business, but sometimes it just happens that way, you know.
Well, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't go around preaching to people and
Right.
tell them
Exactly.
what they
Yeah.
do and what they shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But you do what you want to do,
Exactly.
because you're going to have a day to meet your maker. When
That's
you
right.
meet your maker, he knows everything.
And he's gonna be able. Hey, you're gonna get in trouble, or you're gonna be like, come on in, you know.
I don't know when I go through the pearly gates.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do because I did no really bad things.
Well, you know, and this is the great thing about the
Forgiveness.
gospel is forgiveness. You know,
Yeah, it was,
repentance and forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if we do that, I'm gonna be all right.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay. I gotta get on and get ready.
okay, no, you're fine.
But
So I will tonight. I'll get all the paperwork done, and I'll fill out like a form for you and everything like that. That way
Yeah.
you can see with the security. I'll have a section for security. I'll have a section for the cameras, and I'll have a section for the solar. But I'm pretty sure, like
Well,
100% sure that you're gonna save yourself at least $100 a month.
that sounds good. I need to save money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one question I want to ask:
Yes,
I
sir.
had a camera up in the center wall back there. What was that thing for? If I put the alarm system on for down here, if anybody walk down them stairs, that thing will go crazy.
Oh, the motion detector.
Motion detector.
Yeah.
But we never used it.
Right.
At night you get up and
Well, so the motion sensor doesn't work when you're here in the house. It only works when you're away from the house.
oh,
So the motion sensor does not work when you're here.
okay,
Okay.
okay. I know it worked at night because I come down and want to get me a sandwich.
Well, you might have put it on the wrong mode. So there's the away mode, which is your motion sensors on,
Yeah.
and then there's the stay mode, and the motion sensors off.
Oh, okay.
So you might have put it on the away mode,
Yeah.
and not thought about it, because
And then get up at night.
and then you get up at night and
walk.
walk down, and then the alarm goes off. Yeah,
Okay.
that could happen.
Okay.
And on that form for the security system, I'll also put that on there. Stay mode, motion sensors off. Away mode, motion sensors on.
They're gonna be on that, what you call that pad there? That'll be on the pad.
Well,
right?
yeah. So if you come over here on the pad, it actually says that too. So if you hit security,
Mm-hmm.
arm, away, or stay. That's why I'm going to give you a key fob, because there's so many. You got to hit security, arm, and then whichever one. So that's 4 buttons right there you got to push, you know.
Yeah.
So with the key fob, you just push on or off.
Okay.
So you won't even have to worry about this anymore. You won't even have to touch this.
Okay, because I didn't know that thing was working.
Yeah, it worked perfectly. It's worked from the day one.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well tomorrow I'll have the key fob so you can start
Okay.
arming it and disarming it.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem.
Okay?
Well, I really appreciate you coming over
No problem.
and explaining that to me.
No problem. It's my pleasure. And I like I said, I was really worried about you the other day, and I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And you never know.
You never
We had a
do.
good conversation about Mississippi and all that, and you never know people that's around you, and now that you converse with them,
Mhm.
you don't have no idea.
That's right. And that's what I tell my girlfriend all the time. I mean, she's not my girlfriend, so we started dating. I proposed to her. She said yes, but we both don't want to get married. We wear these out of respect for each other. So she wears one and I wear one, but technically she's my fiance and I'm her fiance. But
Yeah.
and that's all we're ever going to be, because she's been married before. I've been married before. I don't want to get,
Yeah.
hurt. She doesn't want to get hurt. So I think God will be okay with this, but I don't know.
I think you're doing the right thing for just from my coop up and all of this stuff, and it all work out.
It will.
It
Yeah.
has to work out, because God got a way of making stuff work out,
He
and
does.
we don't even know that He's on the job 24/7.
Yeah, and we better check our P's and Q's right now, because if you've read in Revelations and all the things that are going to happen when He comes again, it's getting closer and closer and closer with all these, I definitely think that God's coming soon again, or I'm sorry, not God, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah, I believe that, because I was talking to some friend, a good friend of mine. We went to school together in the first grade.
Mhm.
When we was away out in the service, he was going to school, come out to be a jerk. Down in Mississippi, we always go home and play golf. And every increment of our life, the path. We'll call each other. We didn't do that much writing.
Mhm.
It was easy to call.
Yeah.
And we stayed, and he passed away.
Oh,
And
sorry to
there
hear
was
that.
5 of us that was glue,
Mhm.
And now all of them have passed but me.
Oh, you're the last one, huh?
I'm the last
Now
one
you
in the
didn't.
group.
You got to make some new friends.
Yeah, at this age, I don't know.
Ah, man, I'm
Well,
telling you,
okay,
if I lost all 5 of my friends,
Well, that was back in Mississippi. They all lived in Mississippi, Phoenix, Arizona.
I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, so Phoenix, Arizona.
Have you been out there before?
Oh, yeah, I stayed at Luke Air Force Base there in Phoenix,
Uh-huh.
when I was in the service, when I would travel from Mississippi, my wife was from Houston, and we had 3 kids, and we'd drive back and forth when I was on leave,
Uh-huh.
and that would be one of the stops before
So-
we get to Las Vegas,
Right.
because I was stationed in Las Vegas.
So if you remember Luke Air Force Base in Phoenix, Luke was way out. There was just farms and farms. You remember that?
Yeah.
Now there's houses all the way
All over the
around
place.
it. If you take from Phoenix and you go out to like Goodyear or Buckeye or Glendale, all those small cities,
Yeah.
or going out east towards Chandler, Mesa, Scottsdale, Tempe, all those cities that were all around, it's just one big mess of houses.
Yeah.
There's no break from city to city.
Right. Everything is glued in together, but they got their own municipality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, govern whatever section that you live in. You
Yeah.
got a mayor and police department and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has grown.
Oh,
I've been through
just
that a
like
lot of
just like
times.
when I went through Jackson, Mississippi, just a few days ago. I was just like, oh my gosh, where did all these buildings come from? Like the force is gone, you know?
People, people married, kids coming, immigrants coming in. It's just a,
Did you ever go down to Vicksburg, Mississippi?
oh yeah.
Okay, do you remember
I started 55.
Uh-huh.
I worked on that road.
Do you know I want to say it was the old Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper, but there was one of the main either Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper that was actually bottled or produced in Vicksburg, right on the Mississippi.
Around Mississippi.
It was really cool. I went and took a tour there when I was there in '94, and it was amazing. I was like, this is so cool. But that's when they used to put cocaine in the cola, you know.
Yeah, I read a lot of stuff, and still see some programs. And when I was coming up, I guess we were just dumb. I didn't know nothing about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they got gangs, prostitution rings, and
Oh my
gangs
gosh,
and all
yeah.
of that stuff. I saw it on TV about 8 or 9 months ago. And I called my friend George Patton. He said, "Oh yeah, that's stuff like that. This happens all the time."
Anywhere you are, it doesn't make a difference if it's Pflugerville, Texas,
Right.
or Phoenix, Arizona.
Don't make no difference.
There's always going to be prostitution, gangs, and violence.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's why we have to fortify our homes. It used to be where security was for the rich people, or affluent people, Now, everybody has to have security.
Right.
Because if you don't, people are going to break in your house because they're not going to break into the ghetto. They're going to break in where there's alarm, where people have good credit, where
they think you got a lot of money.
Yeah.
And value.
Value.
That they can steal and go pawn.
Well, interesting fact is, Lester, you can't pawn TVs like you used to be able to. Because everything has a serial number, so when you report something stolen, the police take it down. So the number one thing to steal when people come into your home is your identity. That's the most important one, so I would keep that in safe locations. Number 2 is prescription drugs, jewelry, and then guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, electronics is like the less, unless they want to keep it for themselves, they're not going to pawn it.
Yeah. Since you mentioned TV, when I was coming up, we had a TV, and at that time there was a Technicolor. My brother got some paper was real thin, and it makes the people look brown on the TV. Oh boy! We had a whole lot of ingenuity back there in the day.
Oh, people don't have ingenuity today.
Everything is so.
I'm so glad I grew up when we didn't have cell phones, and because frankly, the cell phone, the iPad, all these things, they take away from personality, like talking to people, communicating, having conversations, discussing our feelings. These are just they're objects, and so when I retire or When I sell my business to someone else,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting rid of